Relax, breathe here. Nice and slow breaths. Let the heart begin to slow down. Let your mind slow down. To think about. Just focus on your breath and on your body for 1 hour tonight. Maybe you can take that home with you. Maybe you can share that with someone. Grab a drink here if you'd like. Towel yourself off if you'd like. When you're ready, come back to tabletop. Back to tabletop. Just make little movements here, just organic movements. Maybe your chest comes from side to side. Maybe you do circles. If you're making circles, just switch directions. And gently come back to center. Toes tuck under. We're going to make our way back to down dog. Hips lift up. On an inhale, reach your left foot up towards the sky, and then step that foot right between your hands. Very nice. Bring your back heel down to the mat. We're going to go into warrior one. So the back heel comes down to the mat. Arms come up to the sky. And exhale, sink your hips down. In fact, let's bring our hands to our hips. This is kind of going to help us. The way I'm twisted right now, I'm aimed over this way. Maybe some of you guys are aimed that way. If so, try to twist the hips. Draw that left hip back, or even step your feet closer together. You want your hips and your chest facing straight forward. Once you're there, reach your arms up. And exhale, sink the hips down. Go ahead and bring your hands down. Release your hands down behind your hips and interlace your fingers together here. Go ahead and straighten the elbows out. Draw the shoulders back. Keep the tummy in tight, and then breathe into the chest. Deep breath in. And exhale. Find your humble warrior if you'd like. Bring that shoulder down. You can always rest it on your thigh if you'd like. You can come to the inside, but let your head hang heavy here. All 10 to 12 pounds of your head just hanging there. Relax the muscles in your neck. And then release your hands to either side of your left foot. Plant your right hand. Reach your left arm up. Release that hand down. Bring both hands to the inside of your foot and reach your right arm up. Right arm comes up. From here, press off those left fingers when it comes to reverse warrior. So lift the chest up, left arm reaches to the sky, back hand comes down to your thigh or behind your hips here. You're lifting that elbow up. You feel this in the front of your rib cage. And exhale, side angle, elbow to thigh. You can leave that hand tucked behind the hip. You can reach it up to the sky. Variations here. Very nice. When you're ready, release your hands down to either side of your left foot. Chest is facing down. We're going to go right into warrior three. So press off those back toes, straighten the back knee out. Straighten your standing knee out. You can leave your hands here, or you can find the bind. Reach your left hand back, bend your right knee, and grab onto the inside of that foot. If it's there for you. Very nice. Breathing slows down. Nice and controlled. Release your foot, back to the mat, feet come back together, and bend your knees and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, left foot comes back. Find your heel on the mat. We're going back to warrior one. Once you're there, reach your arms up. Check in with your hips. Check in with your chest. It's all facing forward. Very nice. You're ready. Release your hands behind your hips. Straighten those elbows out. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, forward fold down. Humble warrior. Very nice. Once you're there, release your hands down. Hands come down. Left hand plants, fingers are open wide, right arm comes up. Then release that hand down. Bring that hand to the inside of your right foot, reach your left arm up. And if you'd like, press a little bit or press off your right fingers all the way up to reverse warrior. Left hand behind the hip or to your thigh. Reach your right arm up. On your next exhale, bring that right elbow down to your right thigh for side angle. You can leave the left hand tucked, you can reach it up, you can reach it forward. Whatever feels good here. We're going to warrior three. Bring your hands down to the mat, on either side of your foot. Bring your left heel up over your toes and then press off those toes right into warrior three. Very nice. If you'd like, leave your left fingers down, reach your right hand back and find your bind. This is called crossbow. If it's there for you, if not, that's fine. When you're ready, release that foot, bring your feet back together on the mat, bend your knees and fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step your feet back, back to plank. Nice floats. We're gonna stay here for a few seconds. If you need, bring your knees to the mat. Otherwise, keep the core strong. For 3, 2, 1, bring your knees down to the mat, all the way down. Knees are gonna be wide. We're gonna go into child's posture. You can bring the knees wide. You can leave them together if it feels good. Grab a drink if you like. Ready, come back to tabletop. Again, little movements here, little circles, just whatever feels good. Work out those kinks. Feel your breath. Feel your body. Gently come back to center. We're gonna do some cat-cow breathing. So as you breathe in, let your tummy fall down, lift the chin up, lift the tailbone, then exhale. Tummy lift, release all that air out. And then breathe in. Fill up the lungs. And exhale, empty. I love the breathing. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Spine comes back to center. You're gonna take your right toes off the mat and left leg straight behind you. Get your left arm up. This time, leave your hands reaching for the ceiling. Lift your left leg up so your heel's as high as your hip. Flex your toes in into your shin first, and then bend your knee. Find your bind. Grab onto the outside of that foot, all 5 fingers. Your right pinky and your right thumb are here for balance. So you're pressing into the mat with that hand. Pressing your foot into your left hand. Very nice. When you're ready, release your foot nice and gracefully. Come back to tabletop. We're gonna move over to the other side. Left toe step off, right leg is straight, right arm comes up. Lift that right foot up, flex the toes in, and then bend the knee. Find your bind. Release back to tabletop. Very nice, so graceful tonight, I love it. Tuck the toes under, lift your hips back to down dog. We're gonna reach that left leg up. We're gonna step your left foot between your hands. This time, leave the back heel over your toes. We're gonna go into crescent lunge. If you need, drop the knee down. Otherwise, reach your arms to the ceiling. And then sink the hips down. Arms are reaching up, but you relax your shoulders down away from the ears. So your fingers are energized here. Go ahead and release your hands down. You're gonna reach your fingers towards the back heel. You're gonna bring your chin over your front toes. The core's gonna stay strong here. Breathe. On an inhale, reach your arms forward. Leave your chest where it's at. Reach your arms forward and up. Then exhale, bring them back. Breathe in, forward. Breathe out as they come back. Do this again. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your shoulders back up over your hips and back to crescent lunge. And exhale, warrior 2. Going into warrior 2. So you want that left knee right over the ankle. It likes to sneak into the right. Make sure it stays to the left. And then look past those left fingers. Find that warrior gaze. So on the inhale, reverse your warrior. Reverse warrior. And exhale, side angle. If you'd like, you can release that elbow off. You can bring your hand down by your ankle. You can reach both arms forward. This is a really core workout here. And go into a bind, very nice. Once you're ready, release your hands up, reach your hands for the ceiling. Bring your toes out towards, away from each other. Your heels come in towards each other. Toes are pointing out. This is 5-point stance. And then bring your hands to your heart, sink the hips down, prayer squat. Very nice. So the knees are away from each other. Try to open the knees away from each other as much as you can. If your spine's rounded at all, like I am right now, draw the shoulders back. Breathe into your chest. Straight spine. And then release your fingers down to the mat. You're going to straighten your right leg out. You're going to come up onto your left toes here. Flexing those right toes in towards, you're on your left toes. So your right toes lifting up. You can leave your fingers here on the mat. You can bring your hands to your heart. Find that balance. Whenever it's dark, whenever you're balancing, you keep your eyes on one little spot. Always make your way to the other side. Bring your fingers down to the mat, over to the right. Again, lift those toes up. Left toes are lifting. And slowly come back to center and all the way up to 5-point stance. Big exhale as you come back to warrior 2, towards the front. As you breathe in, reverse warrior. Very nice. And then bring your hands down. Both hands are going to come down to the inside of that left foot. Your right heel is going to come up over your toes. You're going to plant your right hand on the mat, right under your shoulder. Step your left foot back on top of your right, and then reach your left arm up. This is side plank. Keep your hips here. Take your left hand and release it down under your chest and reach it towards your neighbor, but leave that top of your body all strong here. And then bring that hand back to the ceiling, and then bring both hands to the mat. We're gonna move over to the other side. Reach your right arm up. You can always drop the left knee down if you need, otherwise bring your right fingers under, reach for your neighbor behind you, and then back to the ceiling. Both hands come back to the mat. We're back to plank. From here, take your vinyasa, or just meet in child's posture. Sink the hips back. We're going to child's posture, not to down dog. Very nice. Breathe. Grab a drink. Tie yourself off. Slow the heart down. Slow the breathing down. Go ahead and bring your hands behind your hips. So your fingertips are going to point towards your toes. Make sure your elbows are nice and straight here, and then maybe lift your hips up. Let your chin fall back. You can just look up straight to the ceiling, or if it's not bothering your neck, you can reach your chin back a little bit. You can feel this in the front of your throat, the top of your throat. Maybe make little tiny movements with your head from one side to the other. Here, and then as you breathe in, reach your hands forward and up, and exhale as they come back. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Shoulders come up, back to crescent lunge. Exhale to warrior two. Look at your right knee. Make sure you can see at least the first two toes on your right foot. Your shoulders are forward, bring your shoulders back over your hips. Lift that knee up just a little tiny bit. Perfect. Reverse warrior as you breathe in. On your next exhale, come down to right elbow, right thigh, side angle. Find your variation here.
Sunrise, sunrise, looks like morning in your eyes.
You're gonna reach your arms back up. We're going to 5-point stance here. Heels come together, toes point out. Then back to prayer squat. Knees are away from each other here. Stomach strong. Maybe a move side to side. Breathe. Full breaths in. Full breaths out. Come back to center, bring your fingers down to the mat, straighten the left knee out, come up onto your right toes. I probably cued that totally wrong. Bring your hands to your heart. There is a bind here if you'd like.
Couldn't find it in your eyes, but I'm sure it's written all over my face.
Bring your bind, bring your fingers back to the mat, move over to the other side, whichever side we were on, move to the opposite direction.
When I see we made it through another
Find your bind, if it's there for you.
then I say, ooh,
Feels so good on the shoulders. And gently come back to center, release your hands, release your bind, come back to center, all the way up, 5-point stance. And exhale, warrior two. Look forward. Breathe in, reverse warrior. And then down to side angle. Bring both hands down to the mat. Bring your hands to the inside of that front foot, and then heel toe your right foot over to the right. Left foot comes forward, right into goddess. So make sure your heels, your feet are completely connected here. If your hips are really tight, bring a block under your hips. You want your heels connected here. Bring your hands to your heart. Elbows are pressing into your knees, opening the knees away from each other. This is a hip opener.
it's the only way.
Come up just a little bit.
Bring me back.
From here, release your hands down to the mat. Walk your left fingers out away so you're holding that knee open. Reach your right arm up and back. Open the fingers here. Open up. Feel that webbing between your fingers. Really open up. And release your hand back to the mat. Walk those fingers out. Reach the left arm back. Very nice. Hands come back together. Lift the hips up. Halfway lift. Leave the feet away from each other. Walk your hands over towards your left foot. Then over towards your right foot. Then back to center. Bend your knees. Reach your arms to the sky. Deep breath in. And And exhale, hands to heart. I'm gonna do a few of these. Breathe in, arms reach. Breathe out. Again, hear the breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hands all the way down. Bend your knees generously. Heel toe your feet together. Then take your left foot to the back of your mat. Left foot comes back. We're going back to crescent lunge. So reach your arms up. We're gonna do some variations here. Sink the hips down. From here, release your hands down. Press off those back toes. We're gonna go right into balancing stick or warrior 3 variation. On the inhale, reach your arms forward. Find that balance, nice and slow. Arms come forward, and exhale as they come back. Do this again, breathe in, breathe out. Bring those back toes back to the mat, back to crescent lunge. And exhale, warrior 2. Find your gaze here. Find your gaze in the mirror. Look at your stomach. Make sure your spine is straight here. Stomach is pulling into the spine here. So your navel's under the ribs and lifting up. Reverse warrior. Breathe in. We're gonna go into half moon from here. Unless you want to go into side angle, come all the way down. Bring your right hand down to the mat. Straighten that left leg out behind you. So you're stacking the left hip on top of the right. Very nice. Here, we're gonna gently release your foot to the back of the mat. We're gonna go right into prayer squat. Very nice. Right into prayer squat. As you breathe in, all the way back up. And exhale to warrior 2. Breathe in and reverse the warrior. As you breathe out, you're gonna bring both hands down. We're gonna go right into warrior 3. Left heel comes up over the toes, and then press up those left toes. Reach your feet up. Bend through the left knee. Reach your right hand back. We're going back to crossbow. So that left knee's lifting, your right knee's straight. And listen carefully. You're gonna leave that back knee bent, but release your fingers back to the mat. Back knee stays bent, and then release your left knee to the outside of your right ankle. We're gonna come all the way down to the mat, all the way down. Very nice. Hug your knee into your chest. And release your right hand behind your hip, behind that left foot. Reach your left arm up, and exhale, a little twist. Spine stays straight here. And release your twist over to the other side. Again, anytime we're twisting, find those full deep breaths. And gently bring your shoulders back up over your hips. Bring your fingers out in front of your toes. Come up onto your left knee, and then press your right foot down. Right back into warrior 3. We're gonna go to half moon, so leave your right fingers on the mat. Reach your left arm back to the sky. There is a bind here. It's called sugar cane. If you'd like to grab your left hand onto the outside of your left foot, a little more difficult. It feels so good. When you're ready, release that foot. Bring your feet back to the mat. Bend your knees and forward fold. Inhale here, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down. Right foot comes back. Back to crescent lunge. Arms reach. Sink down. Release your fingers back towards the back heel. Press off those back toes. I'm dying here. Right into warrior 3. Toppling tree. As you breathe in, reach your arms forward. And exhale as they come back. Love it. Breathe in. And breathe out. Release your toes back to the mat. We're gonna go right into crescent lunge. And exhale this warrior 2. As you breathe in, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, we're gonna go right back into Ardha Chandrasana. Right heel comes up over the toes. Lift back to warrior 2, and then reach your right arm up. Lifting that right leg up. Be strong here. We're almost done. Find your edge. Then release that right foot to the back of the mat. We're going right into prayer squat. Very nice. Hands to heart, hips sink down. As you breathe in, reach your fingers up. As you breathe out, warrior two. Inhale here, reverse your warrior. Exhale, both hands come down, either side of your left foot. Right heel comes up over the toes. We're gonna go right back to warrior three. Find your bind here. Reach your left hand back to your right foot.
I see them gather, see them on the shore. I turn to look once more. And he who knows me not takes me to the belly of darkness.
And again, release your foot. Keep the knee bent and sink the hips down. Right knee comes to the outside of your left ankle. Hips come all the way down. Knees gonna hug in. Breathe. Release your left hip down to your left hand down to your left hip. Right arm comes up. Then find your twist. Little counter twist over to the right. I like to bring my elbows down to the mat and then walk my left hand away from me. This really feels good. Once you're done, bring your hips, your shoulders back up over your hips. Walk your fingers out in front of your left toes. Come up onto your right knee, then right back into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Right hand comes up. If you'd like, find that bind, sugar cane. All 5 fingers to the outside of your right ankle, right foot. Release your feet back to the mat. Release your hands back to the mat. Hands come down, shoulder distance. Feet are gonna come back. We're gonna stay here for just a few seconds and then that's it. Strong through the core. Press your hands down, lifting the chest up. Stomach is strong. 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees down to the mat. We're back to tabletop. Walk your knees away from each other just a little bit. And leave your hips where they're at. You're gonna walk your hands forward. This is called puppy posture or melting heart. Breathe. If you'd like, lift your forehead up and take your right arm under your chest and reach it over to the left. Right arm comes over to the left. Little twist here, then relax your right temple back down to the mat. You're right here. Gently lift the forehead up, bring that right hand back forward, out in front. Take your left hand over to the right. Teach my beloved children I've been a slave. One more breath. Lift the forehead up, bring your hands back under your shoulders, back to tabletop. From here, take your left foot to your left pinky finger into dragon. And once you're here, heel toe it over to the right. We're gonna go into pigeon. So the closer your ankle is to your hip, the easier this posture is gonna be. Try to make sure your right leg is straight behind you. Press your fingers into the mat, lift your chest up, find a nice straight, long spine, and then without losing any length, walk your hands forward, grounded pigeon. Rest your forehead down on your mat or on your fists or on a block, wherever's comfortable. You can always bring a block under that left hip. If your hips are on different levels, you don't want that left hip any lower than the right. Gently walk your hands under your shoulders. Hands come under your shoulders. Bring your left hip down to the mat. Bring your right leg all the way around, just like a clock, all the way around to the outside of that left knee.
everything ahead of us.
Right hand plants, left arm comes up. Another twist. Exhale, elbow to thigh.
Not at this time and now. The feeling that I'm feeling with. It's feeling like my life is finally mine.
We'll counter twist over to the other side.
With nothing to go back to, we just continue.
Bring the shoulders back up over the hips. Bring that right leg out in front. Right out in front. Lift your toes up. Flex the toes up into your shin. Take your fingers together right under your foot. Then leave your spine straight, even if your knee stays bent. Maybe you straighten that right knee out. Maybe not, but leave the spine straight so your heart's lifting up. If you're rounded at all, lift the chest. You can take your left hand, thumb points down to the outside of that foot. Reach your right arm back. You can open the fingers really wide. Release your hand forward. Release your foot down to the mat at a little bit of an angle. Left foot still tucked into the thigh here. You take your right elbow to the inside of that knee. You can always grab onto the toes if you need. Your left arm's going to come back the opposite direction. Reach your arm back. Then let it come up and over your head and towards your right toes. So the elbow's coming over your head towards those right toes. Breathe in. Breathe into the left side of your body here. And release your hand back up and down behind your hip. Right hand comes back. Hips lift. You're trying to shine your heart. Your sternum is lifting up towards the ceiling. So it's off at an angle. Try to lift it towards the ceiling. One more breath in. As you breathe out, bring your hips down to the mat. Open both legs. You can leave your hands behind your hips if you like. You can grab onto your toes. You can just walk your hands forward. Anytime you're forward folding, you really want to tuck the stomach into your spine. Create space here. And gently walk your hands back under your shoulders. Bend your right knee. Tuck that foot into your thigh. Take your left elbow down to the inside of the knee. Reach your right arm back. Then up and over.
With everything in the past fading faster and faster until it was gone. Found out I was losing so much more.
Next inhale, reach that hand back up overhead. And exhale, plant the hand behind your hip. Left arm comes back. Hips are pressing the ceiling. Release the hips down. Bring your heel, bring the left heel in front of your hips. Toes are flexing. Fingers together, straighten that leg out. You take your right hand to the outside of the foot. Reach your left arm back. You can open the fingers. And release your hands forward. This time your foot's going to come to the outside of your right knee. Hug the knee in. And bring your left hand out on the mat. Right arm comes up. Deep breath in. Exhale, little twist. Release that twist over to the right. And bring your shoulders back up over your hips. Your left foot's going to come all the way around and behind you. We're going back into pigeon on the other side. So make sure the middle of your knee, the top of your foot is pressing into the mat so your leg's straight. Take a deep breath in. Lift the chest up. Lift the heart. And walk your hands forward. Grounded pigeon.
The echo always said get real. Mostly I just go by feel. Kick it first if it don't stop. Don't need tools, I got my heart. Are we free or afraid of what we're told? Are we out of
Deep breaths. Make them smooth. Make them count. Ready? Walk your hands back under your shoulders. Right hip's going to come down to the mat. Left leg comes forward. And then your right leg comes forward. Grab onto your thighs and then roll onto your back all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest here. Maybe grab onto opposite elbows.
Till I finally understood. I only had to open the door. Now I don't trust the echo anymore.
Go into happy baby from here if you'd like. These fingers are big toes. Or just grab onto the soles of your feet. You're shining the back of your thighs up towards the sky. You're pulling your knees and your ankles right down to the outside of your armpits. Try to leave your tailbone connected to the mat here. See how that feels. You can sway from one side to the other. You can straighten both knees out for straddle if you'd like, if it feels good. If you have an inversion in your practice, maybe shoulder stand, roll your knees into your forehead. Bring your hands to the back of your hips. Stack your hips over your shoulders. Make as much space as you can between your chin and your chest. Draw your elbows together as close as you can get them. Make the posture a lot easier and a lot safer. If you like to Ekapada, lead that right leg overhead. Bring your left leg down over your forehead. And slowly, with control, bring that leg back up overhead and switch sides.
From stars and clouds and oceans all unseen.
Feel the balance in your shoulders. Nice and steady, controlled. If you'd like to go into a plow, you can bring both legs over your head.
Free or afraid what we're told.
When you're ready to come out, hug your knees in towards your forehead. Release your hands behind you so you're pressing your palms into the mat. And then slowly and controlled, release your hips down. One vertebrae at a time comes into your mat. Almost done. You're fine. Hug your knees into your chest one more time. This is going to bring the small of your back into the mat. And when you're ready, release 1 foot at a time to that front corner of your mat. Maybe your legs are wider tonight than they usually are. Maybe your arms come out wider, almost like a starfish lying on a beach. Imagine the tide coming in and coming out, connecting that tide with your breath. A little pause at the top, a little pause at the bottom. This brings your mind back into yourself, away from that monkey mind, that bouncing mind that floats around all day long. Breathe in the good, breathe out the bad. In with the good, out with the bad. Relax your legs and your feet and your thighs. Feel them relax so much that they get heavy in your mat. Almost numb. And bring that relaxing, numbing sensation up into your hips, into your stomach, into your chest and your shoulders. Your whole torso is heavy. Breathe in slow. Breathe out slow. Relax your biceps and your forearms. All 10 fingers. Check in with your throat and your jaw. Is your tongue engaged? Is it pressed up to the top of your mouth? If so, relax it. Starting with your eyebrows, relax your eyebrows. Feel your eyes relaxing. And feel the backs of your eye sockets relaxing. Completely relaxing. All those muscles in your forehead and the crown of your head. Feel them soften. This is the most relaxed your body's ever been. Almost like you're just waking up from a dream. The rest of your life has been a dream. Just waking up. check in with your intention. And imagine how you can carry that intention off your mat tonight and home with you. Breathe in the good. Breathe out the bad. The light in me honors and it loves the light in you. Namaste, everyone.